Hello, listeners. This is Lee Price.
This is Will Ford from Football 365.
And you're listening smartly to At the Bridge Pod, a Chelsea FC podcast, although I would describe it as the Chelsea FC podcast.
Magical from Eden Hazard. Kai Havertz in the Champions League final. Ivanovic! Yes. In the middle, it's just behind him. But it's tapped in by Hakim Ziyech. Matic with the ball driver. Matic takes the net off. Hat-trick hero. Cole Palmer wins an epic, sensational game.
It's time for another episode of At the Bridge Pod, your number one Chelsea FC podcast. Coming up on this episode...
Well, it looks like winning is back on the menu. Oh, welcome back, everyone, to another episode of At the Bridge Pod, and I'm your host, Mike, and I am joined in a virtual room roaring with every single lion. I got Berth, Chris, and Ollie. Monday show on a Monday. Team, what were your moments of the weekend?
I had a good one. I had a pretty good one.
That's awesome, Ollie.
Yeah.
Go on.
We can skip Ollie.
You actually can skip me.
Yeah.
Quite well.
Well, it's my birthday last Thursday. 21 years old, so that was good.
Again,
too old for Chelsea.
Again. 21, add 11. But yeah, my girlfriend took me to Edinburgh. She paid for everything. One of the best weekends I've ever had. It was really good. So shout out to a friend of the show, and she'll appreciate the shout out as well. So there you go.
Nice. I'm going to Ollie next.
Oh, I really meant you could skip me. I didn't do anything.
Pretends to be shocked.
You know, I'm not going to pretend to bring something up.
Next
time, I'm going to lie. I'm going to lie just
carefully. He's now starting to fall into that category of
idiots, dickheads, or both.
He's starting to fall into it. Right, Chris, I might have an idea, but I'm not pushing it on you. What was your moment?
Oh, I got two. Both football related. Both football related. So Saturday, girls team won 1-0. Proper game of football. We scored with about 10 minutes to go. And then in the last minute, we hit the post. And straight from us hitting the post, they went down the other end. Block shot, foul to someone else. Another block shot, foul to someone else. Keeper come out, made a save, fell back to the same player. Keeper made a second save, and then they put it over the bar. And as it went over the bar, ref blew the final whistle. It was one of them proper 1-0. Just get out of there with the win games, like the ones where it's like an emotional roller coaster through it, and then you get like a proper adrenaline high at the end after you've won it. And then Sunday, AFCON final. Honestly, I think that is the best 30 minutes of extra time I've ever seen.
It's so funny.
My word. It's just fucking brilliant. Like from the disallowed goal to it wasn't even allowed, whatever, to the penalty, to the walking off the pitch. Moroccan ball boys chasing people for towels. What the fuck? There was
total chaos, wasn't it? It was brilliant.
I love it. There was a Moroccan ball boys chasing a Senegalese player because of the towel for Edouard Mendy. It's like, what the fuck is going on? Oh my word! And the fact that Senegal won as well. Oh my word!
Do you know what I loved about it more than anything? No, it was just two teams having a go at each other, like just football, where they forgot about stats, they forgot about possession. Senegal was winning 1-0 in extra time. There was no idea of them. Let's just keep the ball. They won it back. They went to attack. Then they gave it away. They come back to defend. They won it back. They went back on the attack. Proper football. None of this absolute nonsense that we see now. It was everything. If you love football, that game was everything you love about football.
And I would also
things that you didn't even know you loved about football.
Yeah.
I'd also like to confirm the news that Morocco won the Fair Play Award for the AFCON tournament. And look, it is based on how many yellow cards or red you get throughout the tournament. But you can't miss the irony of what they were doing in the final and to win the Fair Play Award. Like, well done, lads. Yeah.
The thing is, though, has there been any worse penalties than Brahim Diaz's penalty?
No, I think it's the worst penalty in the history of football.
In the context of the game, in the history of football, it is the worst penalty I think I've ever seen.
Yeah, it's almost like
100%.
he meant to do that.
He didn't miss it on purpose. He was
No,
crying.
it was just
for God's
obviously
sake.
shit.
Sure. Yeah, that's everyone's in unanimous agreement that he meant to do that. Right. You know what? AFCON was in mine. It was incredible. It was incredible. I will go for, of course, being selfish. NFL Bowl, Seahawks 41, Niners 6. It means we're in the conference championship game for the NFC. One game away from the Super Bowl. We have just lost Shaq Charbonnet to an ACL injury, which is gutting, but we move. I'm a happy boy. We play on Sunday at 23:30, which is 11:30, which sucks because I won't be awake. Other than NFL though, Stockport County. Do you know Ben Hinchcliffe? You should do. He booted his ball off the back of a player's head and it went in.
Yeah.
It's a great own goal. It's absolutely outstanding.
Oh, God.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
It's
so bad.
They did win, so it's all right. Stockport County won 3-2, so it didn't really matter. Still hilarious. Absolutely hilarious.
It's one of them that'll stick around for a while in the fans' memories.
Yes. Oh, Shevva shout-outs. Let's look what we've got. We have got Byron, who said, this will go down. This is obviously what you've all been saying about the last episode we did. And Byron has said, this will go down at Chris's greatest episode. Everything in caps. He said he's 100% fucking percent. He totally gets it and he's saying what we are all thinking. Every point was spot on.
No, thanks.
There we go. Doc Wasser. Just playing devil's advocate for a second. Maresca had no issue talking about other crap issues at the club. With him and the medical staff being in communication, he could have easily said, hey, they are telling me X player can't play longer than X minute or needs to be eased back in because of recent injury. Not ideal to let other teams know that. He decided not to, and that's on him for not communicating what he was being told during press conference, even if he didn't like decisions. It's an interesting point. I think it was... I still think Maresca just got pissed off in the end and he probably just did what like some managers have been doing this season. Like, I want to get sacked and get paid out.
This is slowly becoming part of modern football that managers get annoyed and then just throw the rattle out the pram and then just go. Like Maresca's done it, Amram's done it, Glasner's doing it. Like, what?
Do you know what I think it is? It's a, you know how the standard of coaching generally in English football just isn't amazing at the moment, especially from like English coaches. We don't actually have that many like amazing elite coaches in the game at the moment, and
I agree.
So a lot of these younger coaches that are coming up, like for example Graham Potter, like Amarim, like Maresca, like Glasner, you know, with Palace, are getting some of the biggest moves of their career, and it's the first time they're going to have a payout that big. So a lot of them probably are quick to pull the trigger. You know, once they've built up enough money that, you know, it doesn't really matter. The ones who will stay in the game will do it for a long time, but money's not really all that important part of the first or second Premier League job, really. You'd have thought, right?
I think as well, I think you see they're more willing to leave now because they know they'll get another job somewhere. Yeah. Whereas it never used to be like that. If you was lucky enough to get one of the top jobs, you wanted to stay there because that might have been your only opportunity. Because it used to be, you fail at a top club, no other top club really will look at you then. But it's not like that anymore. You fail at one and you walk out the door and 2 days later you walk into another. I mean, Real Madrid have appointed Arbeloa for Christ's sake. Yeah, that shows what the manager market's like.
Real Madrid's a bit of a shit tip to go to if you want to be a manager because it's all ego. Like, come on. Like, it was like Xabi Alonso actually had good ideas and you've gone to the wrong club because that club runs off ego. It's a fact.
The point is, though, with Chris, what Chris was saying there, though, is like that's because back in the day, there were more good managers to choose from. Yeah. Whereas now there is this whole project, everything takes time, everything has to, you know, be dragged on. You can't get quick success in football now like you used to be able to just by hiring managers. So I'm guessing that's the other side of it is you had more sacked back then because there were more to go around.
Right. Yeah. And now finally, Leo, with all that has gone on within this club the last couple of months, what would be, in your guys' eyes, a successful season? We are still in the race for 3 cups and a top 4 spot. What should we as fans realistically expect over the next 4 months? I think top 5 minimum. You have to be in the Champions League.
The Champions League.
Because the knock-on impact of failing to qualify is the financial impact with UEFA's sanctions we've got on us and the PSR bollocks. We have no choice. Top 5. It has to be success is for top 5.
I agree. I do think qualifying for the Champions League, yes. However, is anyone else just a bit bored with people seeing that as success?
Yes.
Yeah.
I just think now, like, I mean, remember when we qualified last year and people were celebrating like we'd won a trophy, finished fourth. What are you celebrating? Yeah, we got in the Champions League, yay! But I mean, let's face it, is the Champions League really that enjoyable anymore? How many of our games in the Champions League this year have you sat and really thoroughly enjoyed? How many neutral games in the Champions League this year have you watched from start to finish?
I don't want us to be in the Champions League to be enjoyable in the Champions League. I want us to be in the Champions League to win the Champions League and to have a chance at winning the Champions League.
I want us to be in the Champions League because it makes us money and our shareholders are happy, and then I'm happy because our shareholders are happy.
Do you know what? I'm completely with you, Beth. I think you want to be in the Champions League because you can win the Champions League.
Yeah,
but realistically, can we?
No, I do totally get what you're saying. We ain't going to win the Champions League, but you want to be in it. You can't win it if you're not in it, which is a really obvious thing to say.
I just think now it's become a little bit of a thing now where a club's success is like measured by how many Champions League campaigns they've had. But it's like,
again, though, it's just modern football. Like, I think this sounds ridiculous, but I think Champions League, getting into Champions League these days, isn't as special as it once was.
No, well, it definitely isn't because it's harder not to qualify now.
Yeah. I mean, there's five positions now.
Yeah.
I remember at one point, when you finished third, you had to play a knock-off game.
You had a playoff.
Yeah. Bloody hell.
How many more places are we? How many more European places is the Premier League going to get? Is it going to get to the point where it doesn't matter where you finish in the Premier League? There is going to be a European competition for you.
Top 10.
This is what I mean.
It's called the Super League.
Yeah, bringing it back. We're bringing it back. Right, as always, thank you so much for your reviews, comments, and support. We generally do appreciate them. And of course, if you want yours read out, head over to Spotify, drop a comment on this episode, and you may get shouted out on the next one. And of course, I'm plugging it again. If you haven't already joined our Discord, the invite link is in the episode description below. So yeah, brilliant community. It is brilliant. And we're still getting only a few people recently. So come on, you listener, you haven't joined. Join it. It's worth it. With that, let's hit some news. Oh, what's on the charcuterie board of news? It's the news that Chelsea had agreed terms with Rennes defender Jérémy Jacquet.
I have no idea who that is.
Or Jacquet. I don't know. Jacquet. I genuinely don't know. Is it Jacquet?
I think it's probably. I don't know, actually. I have no idea.
It can't
the fact we don't know says it all.
It can't. No, I should have really researched this. There's no way his name is Jérémy Jacquet. If it's a French name, you've usually got some.
It's probably Jacquet, isn't it? Yeah, probably Jacquet.
Let me. I'm going on YouTube here,
which makes it sound less stupid.
Let's find out together. Let's go find out together.
I really like Ollie's French pronunciations these days.
Liam Rossignol, and he was actually right all along.
I fucking was at all.
Here we go.
Jacquet.
Oh, Jacquet. Yeah. Okay, there we go. Jérémy Jacquet.
Is someone singing him a lullaby there? What's going
on? No, it might not even be correct. Right, this player, he's informed Rennes that he would like to join Chelsea this winter. However, the French club would like a record fee that surpasses the 64 million euros that they sold Jérémy Doku to Manchester City for. I won't lie, guys. Last time that I saw a jacket that expensive, it was Louis Vuitton. I've got to be honest. Look, I'm going to be brutal. I will be brutally honest for a second, because before this weekend, how many of you had actually heard of him?
I'd heard of him, but I knew absolutely nothing about him.
No, Look, because
I hadn't heard of him at all.
Well, we are all actually embarrassing, because I've seen a lot of people on social media proclaiming he's the next Lilian Thuram, the next Marcel Desailly, the next Marius Trésor, all rolled into one. And it doesn't take a genius here to work out that most of that is just pure waffle, because no one's heard. No, not many had heard of him. They've watched a YouTube compilation and just formed an opinion off that. And you know what? That's okay. Because
so you're saying a lot of Chelsea fans don't religiously watch Rennes? every week.
Well, that's not what I'm hearing. I'm hearing that they watch them religiously.
That's controversial, Mikey.
It is. Look, there is no shame. Can I just say, in not knowing a player? No one's judging you. Look, for me, I do this show twice a week, and I don't know every single footballer on the planet. And if you're a Chelsea fan, you already know our scouts have a habit of digging up names from the most niche clubs of the footballing world.
No, it's Rennes, not Nice.
I know. Stad. Look at me. I'm
Wow.
funny. Look, I've done a quick rundown though of who he actually is. So he's a 20-year-old French under-21 international who's made his professional debut for Rennes in January of 2024. That same month, he joined League Two side Clermont Foot on loan until the end of the 23-24 season. He impressed enough for that loan to be extended for the entire of the 24-25 campaign. But he was recalled by Rennes in February of 2025. A relatively solid half season followed, convincing the club to hand him a contract extension through to 2029. And these are his numbers. So for Rennes B, he's got 31 games, 3 goals, 3 yellows, 2 reds. For the first team, 29 games, 1 assist, 4 yellows, 1 red. He likes his cards, doesn't he? So he's going to fit well in.
Fits in well.
Fits in well. Look. Highlights, and this is something that Chris has mentioned so many times, will always make a player look incredible. You can cherry pick clips and make almost anyone look Ballon d'Or level. That don't interest me. So instead, I genuinely did watch extended Rennes match footage and focused on his overall game. I genuinely watched about 7 or 8 games of this season, and including the red card against PSG, because I thought, well, let's see why he got sent off. That was a second yellow for a challenge on Ramos. It was a bit naive rather than reckless. I mean, Ramos is like across him, and Jacquet leaves a foot on the back of the calf and the ankle. It's a second booking. It's stupidity. This is where it gets interesting. If we move beyond the red, what I saw was a player who, understandably though, he's 20. He still has a lot to learn. And at times he wasn't fully switched on. He allowed attackers to get the wrong side of him. He mistimed a few of his headers, and he showed a tendency to just sort of ball watch. That said, his physical profile is obvious. I mean, when he times things right, his height, I mean, he's a tall guy. His height allows him to clear danger comfortably. And there is a real strength in that frame. And in one-on-one situations, it's quite clear he's not easily beaten. But for me, this is a small sample size as well. This is a player with, I hate to do it, potential. That's all it is, though. He's nowhere near being a first-team option. He needs at least another full season on loan in Ligue 1 before even being considered for our squad. And for that fee being quoted, it is a massive misuse of funds. Because if he was thrown straight into our 11, let's just say our next Premier League games against Palace, I think players like Pino and Brennan Johnson would actually give him such a very harsh welcome to the Premier League moment. Potential? Yeah. Ready? No. What do you make of this? Because this seems to be our target for the window.
It's a lot of money, isn't it?
Yeah.
I think the fact that Rennes want a record fee is absolutely crackers. They want more money than they sold for Doku, who seems to be more of a talent from the wing than this Jacquet guy is at centre back. That might not turn out to be the case. We'll find out. But also, Doku is also an attacker, so he's supposed to go for more money, and he was having more of an impact on games, so he's supposed to go for more money like that. 70-odd million euros or 60 million quid or whatever it's going to be for a person who, like you say, Mikey, I'm not 100% sure whether he's ready. That you've listed a lot of good attributes of the kid. I know, like you say, his physical profile is good. He can really pass the ball well. He's not terrible in the air either for being as tall as he is. But do you know who we've already heard this all before? From Benoit Badiashile. This was very similar profile to what we had when we first brought in Badiashile. And to be fair, Badiashile showed his moments. He's had some good games. He's had some really difficult ones. And he hasn't really found any consistency. But the point is we can't be adding another version of him into the team. At this point, we just can't be doing it because the team's not consistent enough. We don't need more, players who need time to bed in or whatever. We need players who are going to come in and settle in right now. And I don't know, this Jacquet guy, he could turn out to be that, but for me, like you say, I think it's probably a season too early, and Rennes are really trying to jump the gun on the money.
And we've also got Mamadou Sarr and Anselmino. So we already have 2 centre-backs. I mean, I know they're not in our squad right now. They're on loan. I wonder if they're looking at just getting rid of Chalobah and Tosin, like the rumours are suggesting.
Maybe
they would
as well.
Well, both would be pure profit, purely because Tosin was free.
Yeah.
So whatever we make on him is a profit.
I think I think it's ridiculous when we've already got a young centre half at Strasbourg who's better. Mamadou Sarr is better. So I don't understand. I don't understand why we're signing another one. Even if you're going to sell Tosin and Chalobah, we've got two out on loan already who will just come back and replace them. And Salmino's had a good loan at Dortmund, and Mamadou Sarr's had a good loan at Strasbourg. Just bring them back. I don't need to spend any money. If you're going to spend that sort of money, it should be someone who comes in and instantly elevates the team. It should be
Mark Gahey, basically.
Yeah. And right, can I just put on record though? Oh my God, people are stupid. The amount of idiots
wages, yeah.
The amount of idiots you see online going, oh my God, we're spending 65 million quid on this kid when we could have just gone and got Mark Gahey for 20 million quid. Firstly, Mark Gahey has a choice. And why the fuck would he choose us over Manchester City?
Right.
He'd be a moron.
Yeah.
So we couldn't go and get him anyway because he wouldn't want to come. But even if he did, are you putting him on 300 grand a week? Because I ain't.
Is that real? Is he actually on 300
grand? Yeah.
Fair play to his agent.
Over the course of the deal, it's going to cost Man City £68 million.
Wow.
So he's not a £20 million player, is he? He's a £68 million player.
And Mamadou Sarr as well is an AFCON champion. Let's not forget.
And he was, he's very good.
Really
he was very good.
Well,
yeah.
if we were foolish enough to spend this 60, whatever it's going to be, million,
which we are,
we would. He would be 7th on our charts of most expensive signings.
Yeah, that'd be absolutely crazy.
What are we doing? And that top 6 is awful.
There's just no defending that, really. in terms of the sheer price, it's just absurdity. Like the other thing as well that irritates me about this is because apparently we've been looking at this kid for a couple years now. Right?
Sure.
So why have we waited until if that is the case, why have we waited until he's gone to Rennes, a known selling club that sell their players well and develop them well? Why are we then waiting until he goes there for him to do well, for them to stump up a massive price tag? Why don't you get him, 1 season before or 2 seasons before when he's 60? This is supposed to be what we're doing. Is we're supposed to be getting these players before they turn to these big money.
We've been lied
to. You either have to get the players for the right money, or you have to pay over the odds for players who are going to be winning now. You can't pay more money for players who aren't going to move the needle now.
Correct.
That just doesn't make any sense.
It just makes me laugh when I look at our top 10 because there's a fair few hits, but there's not many because you've got in order from 10th to 1st. You've got Pulisic, Cucurella, Morata, Mudryk, Kepa, Fofana, Havertz, Lukaku, Caicedo, Enzo. Yeah.
Fucking hell, that's a terrible list.
I
it's
mean,
an all right team though.
Is it? Is it?
It's true, actually.
Yeah, you got a general smattering of defenders and midfielders.
Not a bad starting 11.
Yeah, it gets worse when you go off the top 10. You've got Joao Pedro, Lavia, and Kunku. It's like, oh no. There. Yeah. Right. Well, with that, let us know what you think on Jérémy Jacquet or. Someone's going to tell me his names properly, please.
Tell us if we're wrong. Tell us if we're wrong to be
wrong.
A bit dismissive of him. Why is he the best player in the world? And we should definitely sign him for all the money.
And if you're contracted to Clear Lake, then your opinion isn't valid because come on. I'm sorry. Cheryl, we love you. A quick shout out to our partners heading the game who have some brilliant upcoming sessions starting in January of the new year 2026. They are running multiple completely free programs focused on combining physical activity with mental well-being, all in that supportive, no pressure environment that you know and trust. First up, it's their 12-week men's mental fitness football program. It's a mixed ability space where the scoreline doesn't matter, but the conversation does. It's open to men aged 18 or over, completely free, and a great way to build a healthy routine for the new year. That's starting on Monday, the 19th of January, 2026. It's at 8 p.m, at Hurstmere School 3G in Sidcup. And they're also running free flexible football with mental health support at Lee Academy 3G in Erith. Whether you want to just talk or just play, you'll find a very welcoming group of lads and a very, very great atmosphere. That beginning on Thursday, the 15th of January 2026. And it's at 7:30, so no pressure, there's no cost, just football and support every week. What more could you ask for? And finally, for anyone aged 50 or over, maybe your dad, your granddad, your nan, your mum, Head in the Game are launching a fantastic new Yoga for Living Well program. These sessions are gentle, social, and designed to help you get active, meet new people, and just boost your well-being. They run every Thursday at 11:15 a.m, starting the 15th of January at the Bradbury Centre on Reculver Road in Herne Bay. So, for full details and to get involved, head over to headinthegame.co.uk. On that, we're going to head to Kingsmeadow Corner because Chelsea women took on Crystal Palace in the FA Cup.
Now over to Carpenter. Nancy Potter may get this. She does. Nurskin gets the shot away. Parried by Yanez. And in by Thompson. Make that 5-0.
Oh, Chelsea women 5, Crystal Palace 0. Back-to-back 5-0 wins and quick-fire winners and losers. Chris, I'm going to lead Gura Wrighton.
Yeah.
I mean,
you,
go on.
Put her and Sam Kerr on the pitch together. That's what you get.
It's surreal.
They've been doing it for years.
The Palace couldn't live with her. They could not live with her down that left-hand side. She was just a constant threat from minute one to that final whistle. And the game was hers because the first driving run wins a free kick. That leads to Millie Bright's opener. Her second burst forced a poorly timed tackle in the box. There's your penalty. She calmly dispatched it herself, never in doubt. 2 aggressive attacking runs, 2 Palace mistakes, 2 set-piece goals. Just absolutely everything that makes her elite. And she wasn't finished there. For the 4th, her delivery, inch perfect, meets Sam Kerr's head. We've seen it all before for years and years. End product, intelligence and composure. Wrighton had it all. Player of the match, without a question. And then there's the other question is, she's out of contract in the summer. And honestly, just give her a 2-year deal. Give her it immediately because she is far too good to just be allowed to walk away for nothing. Because she had. Go on, Chris.
And she should be starting. I think she's been massively underused.
Yeah, she's been played,
especially this season when we haven't been good in attack this year for large parts. To have a player of that quality who was getting 5 minutes maybe at the end of games, if that. There was games where we was really struggling to score and she didn't even come on, and you thought, what are you doing? Like, you've got a player of that quality, use her.
Yeah,
but and then all of a sudden she seems to have come right back into the first team fold again, getting a lot more minutes, performing well. So it's a strange situation, but it's another one where I think if she continues to play like this, we've got to give her a new deal.
Yeah, I mean, she just adds genuine quality and depth to the squad. And the only reason that negotiations wouldn't be straightforward is if she is adamant, rightly so, about starting every single week, because that's not a reflection on her ability. She's got it. It's the depth we do have on that left-hand side with so many players who can play in that position. I mean, here's the list that can play in that position. Lauren James, Wrighton, obviously herself, Alyssa Thompson. You've also got Aggie Beaver-Jones, who can play that role. You've got Kat Mack as well, who... pretty sure she'll probably be out the door. It's impressive.
I'll be honest with you though. I have what I think is quite an unpopular opinion around the women's team. I'd rather keep Wrighton and lose Lauren James.
Wow. Okay.
I think Lauren James, aside from one sort of half-season purple patch, I think she's our most overrated player in the women's team. I think she has all the ability in the world, but how often do we actually see it? Really? How often have you watched the women's team and thought, tell you what, Lauren James has won us that game? There was, off the top of my head, I can only think of one, and that was the hat-trick against Liverpool at Stamford Bridge. Aside from that, I look at it and I think, she's all right. I've watched her live as well. Lots of times, and fuck me, honestly, when you're watching her live, because you just think, well, you just liven up. She walks about, she meanders around. It's like, fucking hell, get on with it.
It's interesting because she hasn't had a great season so far, apart from like maybe
She wasn't great last year either.
she was all right against West Ham, but that is West Ham, so no disrespect there. Yeah, obviously her best season was 23-24 when she got 16 goals in 29.
And she's living off that still.
That is very true. It was a brilliant opening goal though from Millie Bright. Lost a marker, powering home a gorgeous header. Sam Kerr looking as lethal as ever, and in truth, probably should have had a hat trick. She dragged one wide that I fully expected to hit the back of the net. I'm not going to give her the sound drop because I should really. I'm not concerned. I can't do it yet. The threat though is there. She's very good. Any winners? Because I've got a massive arse loser rant to go on in a minute.
Sam Kerr is very good.
Yeah. I think Sam Kerr could transform our season. Having her back and starting to get her back to somewhere near her best, I think just makes us a different team. Talking of players who elevate teams, Sam Kerr is one of those. You get her fit and firing, she elevates any team she would walk into.
Yeah.
Agreed.
My losers is media coverage or lack of it, because there wasn't any, and I'm taking my chance to get on my soapbox because we were warned in advance that this game wouldn't be streamed anywhere and that highlights wouldn't drop until Sunday lunchtime. Why? Well, TNT Sports hold the exclusive rights to the Women's FA Cup with a handful of games they've kindly given to Channel 4. And the only match broadcast live was Sunderland versus the Lion City Lionesses. That was exclusive on TNT Sports. Now, this is the issue. TNT Sports costs over in the UK £30.99 a month in the UK. That instantly priced out a huge number of fans. And this is exactly what happens when you shove growing sports behind a paywall. We need more eyes on the women's game. And history has told us repeatedly that free-to-air coverage is how you get them in. You know, casual viewers of anything, this is anything, any sport, do not pay up front. They will stumble across it, or someone will go, oh, look, let's watch this, give it a go. And then they become fans. Let's put it into my way. I thought, would I pay to watch baseball? Absolutely not. But if it was free to air, and I'll give it a go. That is literally how audiences grow. You go, oh, I'll stop and watch. And what really tipped me over the edge actually was learning that any games clashing with a TNT broadcast will not and cannot be streamed anywhere else. So because obviously TNT chose Sunderland versus London City, it meant Chelsea's game couldn't be shown on any platform. And that was absolutely scandalous.
So dumb.
It's terrible.
Fuck you, TNT Sports.
Yeah, that is not how you grow the game. It's short-term greed over long-term growth. And I'm so sick of it. I'm so sick of it. And
think of it this way. Look how many people you can imagine watched the AFCON final. But if you put that on Sky or TNT, but you can half that number.
Yeah, 100%. AFCON was on E4 and I was like, yeah, I'm going to check it out. I won't lie. I was flicking between two things because the NFL was on. The thing is, though, it was free to air, and I was like, yeah, I'll check it out. Now, if you'd have whacked that on TNT Sports, would I have put my money down for a subscription? I'm unlikely, because money is tight for a lot of people. And
you wouldn't.
It just pissed me. It was the exclusivity as well. Like, this is exactly what's wrong. Why can't Channel 4 have a game? Because you've chosen the blockbuster game you feel is the blockbuster. Okay, you've paid the rights. You whether I like it or not, you will have that say in choosing that game. But what is wrong with streaming the other game on Channel 4? It's still a game.
What's wrong with just putting it on another TNT channel?
Yes, but then that would still be behind a paywall.
Yeah, but at least it would be on.
At least you
To not have it on at all, I just think is ridiculous when TNT have got numerous channels to put it on.
Yeah. Well, it sucks. The draw was made earlier today. We have a home tie against Manchester United, so it's a rematch of the final. I'm looking forward to it. You know, it's the hardest, it's the biggest blockbuster tie of the draw, to be honest. All the others are very.
At least it'll be on then.
That is true. Yeah. You would expect the obvious candidates to win their matches. For me, when you get the better teams in the draw, you want them at home. We've got them at home. Yeah. Look, that's the nature of a cup draw. So be it. Let's see how we do. Any final thoughts on the women's game?
No.
No,
Cool.
I don't think so.
Right, we will head to winners and losers because we welcomed Brentford to good old Stamford Bridge.
It's Palmer. It's 2-0 Chelsea. Kelleher went the wrong way. And that's a huge goal for Liam Rosenior in his first Premier League game in charge.
Oh, it's Chelsea 2, Brentford 0. How did we do it? Who knows? Winners and losers. Who have you got? How many, more importantly, have you got? I didn't count.
I got 3 and 3.
I got 3 and 3.
I've got 3 and 3.
I've
Well
got
done.
3 and 3.5 because somebody asked me to put this one on and they know who they are.
So basically, the only reason we haven't managed to do this both in a full house and everyone having 3 and 3 is because you wanted to add a half on.
Yeah, because somebody asked me, so yeah.
Stop being a sheep, Mikey.
I can't help
being
it.
A sheep.
I can't help it. I've got to do it.
Shut up, host.
Wow. Right. I'm taking rank. I am going my first winner. It was Robert Sanchez, back on the list.
Yeah, he's on mine, to be fair.
On mine.
Same.
Loser list against Arsenal, straight back into the winning list against Brentford. And he walked into this game under real pressure. There was plenty of noise about old Rob. He's been back after a couple of midweek clangers. Now, some of us, me, weren't buying it. It was a blip. Proved to be exactly that. Clean sheet, big saves, authority. And I've got to say, that second half stop was actually prime David De Gea with the legs. If that was David De Gea, you'd be losing your bloody mind. Sharda, clean through, one-on-one. That is a tap-in. And Sanchez basically said, not today, sunshine. And that is just what the Sanchez doctor ordered. Back to the standard that we expect. And it hasn't been spoken about enough either that first half reflex save was just as outrageous as well.
Yep.
Sharda, again, he darts through our frankly comical defending. Chalobah, very lucky he doesn't clip him because that's a Stonewall penalty then. Irrelevant. The ball cannons off Tosin's foot. It's goal bound. Sanchez, instant reaction. My player of the match, top class. Why was he your winner?
Can I just say, by the way, you know, like Kevin Sharda one, was that when he tried to pass it across the box instead of just shooting?
Yeah.
What? Why
did he knew Tosin would do something.
Why did he do that? That was, if I'm a Brentford fan, I am absolutely screaming the TV down. But
because when he sat Chalobah down, I thought goal.
Yeah, same.
Me too. But Sanchez was class, to be fair. I weren't on Thursday, but I was fuming with him on Wednesday because it was back to his old self. But fair play to him. He bounced back. Big saves. Commanded that box again. Distribution very good. It was a good performance from him. And it was a match-winning save, to be fair, that one of his foot in the second half. So I think for importance, I think that was a better save. But it was good to see him bounce back like that. And you probably would have to give Rosenior a bit of credit because you probably would imagine that he put his arm around him and gone, look, we'll build some Lego after this, and then we'll, you know. But no, it was a good performance from him, to be fair, and it was good to see him bounce back.
100%.
Thing is with Sanchez, it's good to see him have a bad game actually, and then come back and have another good game because it's always the worry, I think, when you get someone if they're just in a purple patch of form. So it's nice to see him have that shocking game against Arsenal, let's be fair, and then come back and get man of the match. I think he's actually really good. We seem to get our goalkeeper getting man of the match against Brentford a lot.
Yeah,
I think actually, Sanchez has done it twice now. Mendy's done it. Kepa did it. It seems to happen a lot. When we play Brentford, our keeper gets man of the match. So remember that for the next time we're doing line of the week.
Clever.
But yeah, I mean, the save from Sharda in the 1v1 is a brilliant match-winning save. And then I agree. I think the save off Tosin is equally as good, if not better.
I don't even know how he got to that, to be honest with you.
No, unbelievable reaction save. So good. And I do think Berth made a good point about you've got to give Rosenior a lot of credit as well for he's obviously handled him well between the Arsenal game and this game to get his confidence back.
Yeah.
Thing is with Rosenior, people seem to forget that Rosenior was with Sanchez at Brighton for a long, long time. So they go way back, really.
Yeah.
So that relationship is there with them. So I'm not almost surprised that he has bounced back like this. And I wouldn't be surprised if Rosenior has come out and just sort of help Sanchez out a little bit. So I think for Sanchez's sake, it's actually good that Rosenior is in and around him.
Yeah.
It's good when a manager manages.
Yeah, imagine that.
Saints.
Yeah, I keep forgetting that he did retire in 2018. It's so close recently. It's surreal.
But
Yeah,
yeah, Sanchez, a great game from him. He won us the game. Like, there's not really much more to be said because without him, we definitely don't win the game.
that is true, 100%. And well, my second winner was, didn't think I'd ever say this, but Joao Pedro.
Yeah, he's on mine.
Yeah, he's on mine as well.
That was a really good goal, like really good. That was a proper striker's goal, and because he doesn't look up once. The ball just ricochets off Enzo's knee, drops into Pedro's path, and he just hits it. He just instinctively hits it. The confidence there. There was no head. It was an unbelievable finish, and look, he needs to shoot more because we saw at the Club World Cup that he's got worldies in his locker. He's so good at it, and that swagger, dare I say, arrogance. You got to bring it back because when he backs himself, he is actually a lethal striker. And you know what? I'll give him some extra credit because he tracked back well in transition as well, I thought. And I praise what I see. And Joao Pedro did well against Brentford. That's why he made my list. Why did he make yours, Berth?
Yeah, it's a good finish, and it's amazing what a striker can do when he actually is allowed to shoot. I do think it's poor keeping.
It is a little bit.
No, it is booking, but I think Pedro taking it on so quickly with Bailey in the back lift, just caught him out. But Pedro's having a low-key good season. I don't think we really spoke about him much, but he's actually led the line pretty much all season. He's having a decent return. I think he's on 7 goals now in the Prem, and about 8-9 overall, and that's pretty solid to be fair. Holds up the ball well. He tracks back. His work rate, he never stops. He's quick. He's strong. He's doing well for us. I think some games, I think he's better when he starts. I think when he comes off the bench, I think it takes him a while to get into the game. But yeah, he was lively against Brentford, and he's an important player for us. So, hopefully he can keep scoring and keep getting important goals. And I think he has this knack of getting the first goal for us a lot of the time, which sounds pretty simple for a striker, but it's actually really important because it sets the tone for the game that way. So, yeah, I like him, and he did play really well against Brentford.
Chris?
It was nice to see a Chelsea striker take a half chance
and score it.
Yeah, because it wasn't like a great opportunity, was it? When you look at where the ball fell to him, it's not like he was centre of the whole goal to go at. He was at an angle, just inside the 18-yard box. It's a good finish, and it's nice to see a Chelsea striker who can take a chance that isn't, a tap-in with an open goal.
Yeah.
And to be fair, that settled us in the game, I think. That was a big moment in the game, getting that first goal, because the longer that went on at 0-0, especially with the fact that we was playing dog shit, that could have become a really, really bad atmosphere. I mean, it was already poor, but it could have been even worse if we didn't get a goal in that first half. So big moments. Berth's right. He has this tendency at the minute to get us goals that open the scoring, which is the biggest turning factor in a game. So fair play to him. I think he has had a pretty good season when you consider, the fee that we paid for him. It sounds like a lot, but it's only a lot if it's 2004. It's not a lot now. You don't get a Championship player for 50 million quid now. So it's not really that much money that we've paid for him. He's having a better season than a lot of other more expensive signings in the league who no one's talking about. So I think fair play to him. He's doing what he should be doing at the minute, I think. And he's not a 20 goal a season striker, but we knew that when we signed him. So you got to judge him by what he actually is, and I think he's been decent.
Ollie, who's your second winner?
Influenza.
Fucking hell.
It's my second winner.
Yeah.
You know what? It's a shame. They're sort of a tidy little player, Influenza, but they're only good in the winter every year. They're only really effective in the winter. But yeah, it's frustrating that the flu seems to have struck us down as a team, which made this game, I think, a lot harder than it needed to be. I will get to that in losers, I think. But yeah, there's not really much to say other than like winners hand washing, and influenza.
Yeah.
Mostly.
Yeah.
Bloody hell. Right. Who wants to give their third winner?
I'll give mine.
Go on.
Enzo Fernandez.
Ah.
Thought he was just lively again. I thought he was better than Caicedo against Brentford. I think he looked sharp, got across the pitch really well. Effort was there. I think he's been, again, a really important player for us this season. I think he stepped up when we needed him to. Passing was really crisp, set the momentum for the game. Just a good, solid performance from him. Don't get me wrong, it wasn't like a 10 out of 10 performance, but I don't think it was a great performance all round, really, from anyone. But I think he was one of the better players on the pitch. And yeah, so I thought he could be my third winner.
Chris, who's your third winner?
I've got Liam Rosenior.
Oh,
yeah.
Some things I didn't like, and I'll come to that in a bit. But he found a way to win in a game where we did not play well. And his subs had an impact again. And I think that's all you can ask for from a coaching point of view is, will your in-game management have a positive effect on the performance or the result? I don't think the performance was great throughout. But his subs did affect the result. I thought the bringing Andre Santos into the midfield helped. I think then brings Liam Delap on up front, who wins the penalty. Again, it's a good sign that he's spotting when things aren't working and he's willing to make those changes rather than, no, I'm going to wait till 65 minutes, 70 minutes, and then I might change it if it's still not working. If it gets to half time, it's not working, he makes a change, and fair play. And he's got to continue to do that because that's where you earn your money, I think, really. A lot of people talk about preparation and that's great, but top coaches earn their money in game. When things happen that you wasn't expecting, that's where you earn your money. And so far, I think his in-game management in all of his games has actually been really good.
Ollie, who's your final winner?
A bit similar to that, not necessarily for Rosenior, but the result. Because much like Chris said, we won the game that we certainly did not deserve to win.
Yeah.
Kudos to Palmer, kudos to Joao Pedro, kudos to Roderick Sanchez, and that's kind of it. Ultimately, it's 3 more points than the performance really warranted, and it's kept us in the pack in the Premier League where we need to be coming into the business end of the season. So we're there or thereabouts, and it's important that we stay where we are.
Yeah. My final winner was quick, very quick, and I'll keep it short and sweet. Reece James. I felt that the difference between with him on the pitch and without him is night and day. Because against Arsenal, we lacked that leadership, I said. And against Brentford, we did have it back. He was shouting, he was organising, he was demanding. He's the captain for a reason. He didn't get that armband just because he was the next person up. He's well earned that armband. And hopefully won't see too many more games without him starting. That would be the aim. So we have winners, we have losers. Okay, this is going to be fun. Right, I'm going to get out there straight away. Cole Palmer, he's on my list.
Yeah, he's on mine as well.
Yeah,
he's on mine.
Look, I said
He's
in our
not on
group.
mine.
We might change your mind. Look, I said in our little group chat that he wasn't coming off my losers list, even with the penalty, and I'm going to stick to it. I want to break it down, though, into 2 parts, because I think it needs a bit of context. Part 1 was anyone can score a penalty. His lack of celebration after converting it, I think
But
some...
Brahim Diaz, by the way, would say
That is true.
can't.
He would disagree.
Yeah.
He is...
Brahim Diaz goes, I wish.
Nearly everyone can score a penalty. It did sum up his entire performance, that lack of celebration. It was flat, it was disengaged, I didn't feel there was effort, and it's a tragedy that he did last the full 90 because he shouldn't have, and he didn't add anything. And what annoyed me as well was the petulant booking for booting a ball onto the pitch to stop a Brentford throw. There were 2 balls in play. why?
Nah, I don't mind that.
But it gets him a booking. We need to keep the behaviour. Let's be honest. We've been saying about our discipline. If you strip the penalty out, though, the numbers for his game were grim. His expected assist was 0.02 and his non-penalty XG was 0.03. So he didn't create or, set up himself. It was abysmal. And it does fit a worrying theme this season because he has 2 open play goals. And I don't think you should need your captain dragging you into celebrating a goal. If I'm being brutally honest, he looked checked out. He stood around, he watched the game, he threw in a few body feints, he lost the ball. Everyone on this show right now could have done what Palmer did in this game. We can all stand around, we can all watch Chelsea play football, and we all probably can score a penalty. I don't accept something in a win, I wouldn't in a loss, and I didn't accept the attitude. Part 2, though, this is where questions really start for me, because I did wonder whether the groin injury was flaring up again. So I'm still not 100% convinced either way. The Athletic said there is nothing wrong with his groin. He was clearly limping towards the end of the game. So I'm not going to be gaslit into thinking he's completely fine because my eyes said he's not. And I did see him sprint several times. So I'm like, why is he on the pitch if he's not fully fit? Is he being forced to play through an injury? Based on what we know about our medical department, that's extremely unlikely. Is he choosing to play through it because of the upcoming World Cup? Possible. Not proven, but possible. Does he already have one eye on a summer move? I think that's a bit of assumption based on body language that we could be just reading into it too much. I think the honest answer, though, is these are all questions that I don't have concrete answers for. I don't think anyone does. I will dig into the groin a bit more, but Chris, why was he a loose? Shut up. Why, Chris? I'm not digging into the groin yet. I'm going to leave that because I want to hear Chris's reasoning for him being on the list.
He was absolutely fucking awful. That's why he's on the list.
Great answer.
He was very bad.
And to be fair, I don't care who he is. I don't care what numbers on the back of his top. I don't care what names on the back of his top. If this was Pedro Neto, everyone would be laying into him. Just because it's Cole Palmer, he doesn't deserve any different treatment. Because the reality is with Cole Palmer at the minute is he doesn't look bothered. He doesn't look interested. He doesn't look fit, sure, but they're saying that he is fit. But he doesn't look fit, but that could just be down to a lack of effort because actually, after he scored his penalty, I seen him darting around, closing down, and you think, well, where's that been for the other 90 minutes, mate? Like, we needed that fucking ages ago. Don't just wait until you've scored and then think, oh, I might actually play for a bit now. No, you've got to do it before. He's in a lot of danger, I think, Cole Palmer, of becoming a Dele Alli.
Oh.
Now, everyone remembers how good Dele Alli was. And anyone who says he wasn't is a moron because Dele Alli was as good as Cole Palmer. He just was. That season at Spurs was as good as Cole Palmer's as because Dele Alli was unplayable for a year and a half at Tottenham.
That Crystal Palace goal.
Yeah, absolutely unplayable. I mean, he tore us apart at Stamford Bridge in that one game. So he was unplayable for a year and a half. Then he fell off a cliff and everyone went, oh, it's just a blip. It's just a blip. No one ever seen him again. And Cole Palmer's got to be very careful here because this isn't a blip now. He's been shit for a year. Not 4 games, not 6 months, not since he got injured with his groin. No, he's been shit for a whole calendar year. His 2025 was woeful. 18 goals and assists across all competitions in a calendar year is dreadful. That is nowhere near good enough. That includes games in the Conference League and the Club World Cup. 18 goals and assists in a year is fucking woeful. And I'm sorry, at the moment, someone needs to wake him up and say, mate, you're nowhere near it. And just because you was a good player for one season doesn't mean you are a good player. It means you've had one very good season because at the minute, I'd argue he's on course to have more bad seasons than good ones. And that's a worry. He's extremely talented, but so was Dele Alli.
Berth, why was he a loser?
Yeah, I think that's a bit extreme at the moment to say he's like Dele Alli, but I kind of get Chris's point. He weren't great. I don't think the lack of celebration after his goal was him not wanting to be there or his attitude. I just think he was a bit. I think he was just pissed off that he played shit.
Yeah, I think that's what it was. He's just he
was probably annoyed with himself.
it didn't warrant a celebration because
because and you are right, Chris. After the goal, he was celebrating it, or not celebrating, but running after, and he was doing bits and bobs and this and that, and he did look a lot better. But that's probably just because he was confident. So I think that's what that was down to, I think. But yeah, he is way off it at the moment. The only saving grace is that he's still getting numbers. I don't think he's fully fit,
really.
personally. Well, I mean...
He's got 4 goals this year. He's got no assists. No assists in the Premier League. Not one.
Well, just let me finish my point, please, Christopher. All right. Thank you.
Go on, Ben.
He's been injured for most of the season, to be fair. So, I mean, he's still got 4 goals. He's still got more than Pedro Neto, probably.
I reckon he probably had the flu.
Yeah.
and that's why he looked half dead on the bench.
But I do just think, you're all right, Chris, to be fair. He's only got 4 goals, but he's still there or thereabout. He's still going to be our main top goal scorer before the end of the season, I think.
Well,
I just don't think. I don't think he's the same player when you watch him. No, that first year, he was the player you wanted to watch. And now I could take it or leave it, to be honest. When I see him on the team sheet, it doesn't excite me.
You know
anymore.
what? I just think it was so. That first year, and you'll agree with me, Chris, he was a maverick for us.
Yeah,
he was
absolutely.
Pochettino just didn't coach him.
No.
Didn't coach him at all.
Yeah,
and then Maresca's come in and just properly coached him.
Coached the enjoyment of the game out.
Yeah, almost like it just zapped all energy and enjoyment out of him. And now he just looks a bit lost at times. He looks a bit like, what do I do with this ball? He looks like.
Are you telling me that Maresca's a football vampire?
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm saying. But if you used to say to me, right, what player did Maresca make worse? Like the one, it would be Cole Palmer.
Yeah, 100%. My worry with the whole Palmer situation is I can only remember one player Chelsea have ever had who started really well, then went utterly shit, and then came back to be really good again. And the only player I remember doing that was Eden Hazard.
Oh, yeah, okay, yeah.
Eden Hazard, really good. Then he had that one season where he let's face it, he was fucking dreadful, where he completely checked out. And you thought, fuck's sake, are we ever going to get him back? The year after, he won Player of the Year and won us the league.
Yeah.
But he's sort of the exception. Everyone else, remember lockdown Pulisic?
Oh,
fucking hell. Honestly, he was Hazard reincarnated.
Yeah.
And then he went shit, and we never seen him again.
And now he's bossing it in the Serie A.
But that's what I'm trying to say. Cole Palmer will get minimum 10 Premier League goals a season.
Most of them from the penalty spot, probably.
Yeah.
It was still score
for him.
But it was still score on.
We don't know. Look, I said I'd dig into the groin. So hypothetically, let's just say surgery is required. Again, this is hypothetical. Based on research, which I did, which is why I'm championing this little bit of a segment. Players who have had mid-season groin surgery, the recovery timeline it's not insignificant because I've got some varying results. I've got Anthony Martial, he missed 43 days. Got Fabio Vieira, he was out for 84 days. And then Kane Vincent-Young, he missed 128 days. Realistically, that means recovery is anywhere between 2 and 4 months. That means you're either looking at a return. Let's just say he did it today, straight away, surgery today, done. You're looking at a return towards the back end of March or potentially just being ruled out for the remainder of the season altogether. Now, when you factor in that you have no idea whether this is a grade 1, 2 or a 3 strain, and look, I genuinely understand the World Cup angle. It's the biggest stage in football. Every young player dreams of being there. And right now, we're now firmly in the land of assumptions. We don't know whether surgery is needed. We don't know the severity and we don't know the player's thinking.
We also don't know if it's the kind of problem that surgery can fix. Exactly.
We also have seen it with our own player before. We had Enzo Fernandez who put off surgery. And being blunt, it showed in his game. He was not Enzo Fernandez that he is now. Well, now he's had his surgery, he's back. And I think genuinely, I've seen all of it on social. I think with Cole Palmer and his groin, I think you just have to part the opinion on it and just wait till clear information comes out.
The issue is with Palmer, though, is that he got this groin injury against West Ham this season. In the warm-up this season against West Ham. He was
he's had a
shit
groin
before
problem
that.
for his whole career.
But where was that in the Poch season? Because he played every game. So he didn't have an
No,
injury
as in
then.
it's been a reoccurring issue that's niggled him throughout his career.
Oh, Chris, who's the second loser?
Liam Rosenior.
Oh,
I had a feeling he was
loser.
going to say that. Yeah, I did.
Hello.
I was going to say that.
I have to be fair, and if this game was exactly the same under Maresca, I'd be slagging him off. So I think I have to be fair and say all of the stuff he spoke about wanting to get the fans on board at Stamford Bridge, especially early, and wanting high intensity attacking football in the first 10 minutes where it feels like wave after wave of attack and the crowd will get up off their seats. We didn't see any of that. We didn't see any of it in the first 10 minutes. We didn't see any of it in the middle of the game or at the end. We didn't see it at all at any point. Now, massive credit for him finding a way to win this game and almost focusing, I think, on the result rather than the performance. But at the same time, that's fine for a one-off game. I wouldn't accept that again. This performance against Brentford, you wouldn't want to see again because it was nowhere near good enough. Not even remotely close. The build-up play was non-existent. We looked absolutely clueless in attack, and let's face it, defensively, we was hardly watertight. It was about as watertight as the Titanic. So I don't think it was a great game. Really good result and some good bits in the game from him, especially. But overall, not a performance that fills you with confidence in your manager.
I think what you would say, just playing devil's advocate for a bit, it's going to take him a bit of time to just sort of get his philosophy and style into the players.
Yeah.
So you kind of have to give him a bit of leeway. I get what you're saying, and it wasn't a great performance, but you have got to give him that leeway. And don't forget, by the way, Brentford's a tough team to play. I mean, they're fifth, sixth at the moment.
They was fifth going into the game, weren't they? Yeah.
I mean, they're absolutely no mugs on a great run of form. So
Very
I think,
physical side as well.
Yeah, I think, and really good from set pieces, which we're not. So I think, all in all, you have to say Rossini did do well. I do agree with Chris that I don't think there are things in there that I didn't like. I think we were very open. I think the build-up play was very slow, but I think overall, I think you've got to give him a bit of praise just for getting the win.
It was that thing, though, wasn't it, where people have been talking a lot about how much he's been talking. And I think you have to be very cautious about making a comment like he did about how he wants his team to play at home.
Yeah, of course.
And then put in that kind of performance.
Yeah, absolutely.
Berth, who was your second loser?
I feel, you know what, I actually feel really bad because I weren't here on Thursday and I would have had him as a winner on Thursday. But Garnacho's a loser for me again this week.
God, yeah. Fucking hell. Yeah, absolutely.
Just for the simple fact that he missed that absolute golden chance.
Put it in the net!
That was my 0.5 because that.
Both chances, by the way, that he scored against Arsenal were way harder than the one that he missed against Brentford.
Yeah. He deserves the award because he has to collect the just put it in the net award.
Yeah.
He had one shot, it created 0.6 XG, so it's decent. Straight one. I could have cried.
It's just.
Do you know what's annoying as well is because he's on mine as well. We were talking about this after. I think it might have been after the Cardiff game, or it might have been the game before that. And we were saying, no, Garnacho, like he gets into lots of positions, he will knock these in. And Chris went, he won't. I went, no, go on, don't be stupid, he will. And you went, he won't. And now he's winning the I'll just put it in the net award. So...
The thing is, right, the perfect player for those sorts of goals we have on our books in Raheem Sterling.
Yeah.
Which is crazy, really.
Absolutely.
Raheem Sterling is brilliant at those back post runs.
He scores
putting it in the net. Yeah, 100%. That's his bread and butter. But yet, I don't see many other wingers in world football that can do that. It's really strange.
Because it doesn't seem that hard, does it?
No, but
Guess you need the anticipation to be
it
there.
clearly is, and you need to get your body shape right on that. But I mean, that one is a sitter. That one is. I think most people score that one, but arriving in the box late, that back post run, Raheem Sterling made a living out of that, and for some reason, we've not been able to replicate that.
Yeah,
but you are right though. There isn't many wingers in the league who you see do that.
No, you don't.
Have we all done 2?
I've done 1.
Ollie, who's your second?
Just the performance in general was just terrible, but especially in defence. We looked absolutely at 6 and 7s. We were all over the place. We couldn't string 2 passes together. Every time we tried to do anything, we would just run through in the midfield. You know, like I said, when you're coming out of these games and Rob Sanchez, your goalkeeper, is your best player who saved you the game, it's clearly indicative of not a very good defensive performance. So, yeah, that's it really. We were shit, basically.
For me, my second loser was attitudes, because this was a home game in front of look, outstanding fans, and it's a fan base that has endured years of nonsense under this ownership, and the bare minimum you ask for is effort. And I counted at least 8 players who looked like they were mentally booking flights to Marbella. There was no urgency, there was no fire, no intensity. And again, watching Reece James physically grab Fofana and Chalobah to drag them into celebrating a goal was strong leadership. He shouldn't have to do that though. That reaction should be natural, and everyone should want that moment to celebrate a goal. And here's where I sucker punch myself for a second, because after the game, Liam Rossignol revealed that several players were still dealing with flu-like symptoms. And if that's the case, it explains a lot. It actually does. Because I had the flu before Christmas. I tried to power through, move around the house, act normal. It was brutal. There's fatigue, zero energy. It sucked. So I'll put an asterisk next to the loser, but the performance still wasn't good enough. But if illness did play a part, there's context. I get it. Moving on.
I've my last loser is very similar to that, Mikey, to be fair, because
go on.
There's an asterisk next to it because of what we found out since the game about some players playing whilst being unwell, but we don't know who they are. So if there is players in here who did do that I'm about to talk about, then they're off the hook. But I think you have to assume that it wasn't them and just look at what you actually saw. I've got the senior players. I thought the attitude of our senior players in this game was horrendous. Cucurella, Reece James, Palmer to a degree is a more senior player in terms of our team now. Enzo Fernandez, Caicedo. I don't think Chalobah, Tosin. I don't think any of them looked like they wanted to be there. It's like they looked like a load of kids playing school PE. Like, oh fuck's sake, got to do this again. How long's this gonna last? Some of the attitudes, the walking around the pitch, the ambling, the not bothered, the body language, absolutely horrendous. Now, I have no doubt some of them would have been the ones who was playing unwell, almost certainly. But if they wasn't, and they just can't be arsed, and they can't get up for this game, don't be here. And I've seen, you've seen a lot, haven't you, since this whole Maresca sacking and everything that's gone on about, oh, this player wants to leave, this player wants to leave. Well, let them leave then. If they don't want to be here, then fuck them off. Because let's be honest, there's a very select few players who, if they left, you'd still remember in 5 years' time. There's not many in this team who you would care that much about down the line. So if players don't want to be here, then fuck them off, because you can't have this. I mean, we're 3 games into a new manager, and some of them look like they can't be arsed already. That's not good enough. It's not good enough for a club like Chelsea, especially at home. First Premier League home game under a new manager, where we needed the points. Massive game against a team that was above us in the table going into it. That intensity should have been there from the off, and I've just seen a lot of ambling about.
Yeah. Berth, who's your final loser?
Atmosphere. I don't think the atmosphere was great, and it hasn't been all season, to be fair. Just think you could talk about attitudes of the players, but I think Also, the sort of attitude in the stands isn't great at the minute. Everything's just a bit flat all round, really. And I think you sort of buzz off the crowd. The crowd buzzes off the players, and it's just all very flat, and it's all very and bland and average, and it's it'll be hard to sort of get that back around, and it'll be hard to get sort of Stamford Bridge buzzing again. And you look at that game against Barcelona not too long ago now. The crowd was up, the players are up, and now it's all just gone. It seems. So Rossini has got a job on his hands to get the players and the fans rocking again, but. It's early days yet, so you can't judge too soon. But yeah, I thought the atmosphere was very flat against Brentford.
How do you do that?
Oh, go on.
Sorry, Beth. Like,
No,
in your opinion, like, how do we do that? Because I don't know at the minute how you can create an atmosphere, especially at home.
I don't know how you do it. To be fair, I mean, it's not. People will say
by winning games, really. I suppose,
of course.
but...
Yeah, winning always gets people on their feet, and playing sort of players like Estepao that sort of get those players on board. But I mean, people mocked Arteta, to be honest with you, for sort of doing these little changes to grounds and stuff. But whatever you want to say about Arsenal, their atmosphere has improved tenfold. And look at the trajectory they're on at the moment. That takes time, though. I don't think it's just an overnight fix. I don't think it's necessarily a fix even for just this manager. It could be the next manager and whatever. It could be the next bunch of players that come in. I think, first of all, you just got to show a bit of passion on the pitch. Put in a few tackles, play an Esteval week in, week out consistently. A bit of excitement. I think a tiny bit of excitement, and that gets fans on board immediately. A bit of passion. Go over to the fans at the end of the game. Throw in a few tackles without getting sent off, which I know is hard for us, but just those little things
it's
really
interesting.
Warms to fans.
It's interesting, isn't it? Because you are right. I think there's been two main things I think that I've seen that have changed atmospheres at teams at grounds. In recent years that both got mocked originally, but when it works, everyone stops mocking it eventually, because you had Arsenal with their song that everyone ripped the piss out of them for. But actually, you look at it now and you think, well, that is what creates the atmosphere at the start of the game. And then they do that right before the kickoff. Yeah. So then the energy carries over to the first few minutes of the game. And if you start a game quick, the fans will just that sets the tone then for the game. So they got proper ripped for that song. But again, if it works, no one talks about it anymore. And Jurgen Klopp, when he took over at Liverpool, doing the little hold hands cheer thing at the Kop end. I remember he did it after his first game when they drew at home against West Brom 2-2, and everyone ripped the piss, saying, fucking hell, what are you doing that for? But again, it just, over time, has an effect, and it works, and it gets fans on side. It builds a rapport between the players and the fans. I think we have to try something different to what we're doing now, because what we're doing now doesn't work, because the atmosphere at Stamford Bridge, I think, is one of the worst in the league
at the minute.
Do you think it's down to the manager then, rather than the things?
No, I don't necessarily think so. But at the minute, it just seems like it's 11 people turning up to play a game of football.
Yeah,
and it's 40,000 fans just watching a game of football. There's no connection.
Have we considered playing more songs by the Fratellis? There's a lot off that Costello music, which was their debut album. Just
play Bob Marley again. Play Bob Marley.
Yes!
To be fair, though,
bring it back.
The goal song, the goal song, I like.
Yeah, it's all right. I've bought into it.
After the Cole Palmer penalty, at least it sounded like something had happened. Because if you take that song away, it's fucking dead silent. Isn't it?
Oh, we
You'd
scored.
have thought it was a goal kick.
Cool. We won.
Everyone just went, "Oh yeah, well done. Nice, let's go."
Won the game. Nice. Yeah, moving on. Yeah. Oh, dear.
My final winner, my final loser is overreactions. Because I think, especially during and after this game, in the immediate aftermath of this game, there was a lot of people saying that, already that it was a terrible performance that's indicative of our season, and we're, going down a difficult path, and we're going to struggle, and this and that. when in reality, people really don't know anything yet about Rosenia, about the trajectory that we're on as a team, about anything really, because everything's changed again. And it's just worth saying that because there are a lot of we won this game. I've never seen so many people complain about a game that we won. Because I'm seeing people, effectively treating it almost like a loss because of how bad we were, and I can understand that the performance was really, really poor. There's no excusing it, but there are a lot of mitigating factors as well. We didn't have half the team, right? People have got injuries or suspensions or whatever. People were ill. They had the flu. So half our team's out. Then after the game, we learned that at least some of the players were playing with flu-like symptoms, which is why they looked flat, which is why the ground was flat, which is why the performance was flat. Again, you're against a team like Brentford. It's a tough team to play against, very physical, very good at set pieces. And to come out of that with a 2-0 win, clean sheet, yeah, we had to ride our luck at times, but I think people have got to focus on the fact that actually, what did Maresca say? Not Maresca. What did Rosenia say when he first came in? The important thing for him is to win now, and now he's winning now, and people still aren't happy.
Do you think? Do you know what I think we need? I think we need something to happen again that galvanizes and sets us where it's us against everyone else. Because at the minute, it feels a bit more like a civil war at the minute.
We're looking at you, Sir Keir Starmer. Do something to Chelsea.
It's you know what I mean? Like it's the Chelsea fans versus the board. It's the players against the owners and fans against the players and the other way around. And I always think when you look back at it, the turning point for Thomas Tuchel when it was the whole "I'll drive the bus if I have to" press conference.
That kind of took him from manager who everyone liked to sort of this a figure to sort of build the club's image around, at least for a time.
And I think that's what I think we need, something like that. And I think that's where he missed a trick this weekend. I think he should have really played up to the flu thing. I think he should have made it seem even worse than it is. And try and make it seem as though these players are giving, like all of their energy to a team. They are willing to give everything to get on the pitch to help this club. And I think he needed to do something like that. And he kind of played it down.
He kind of alluded to that, but he didn't really, did he?
Michael Jordan flu game style.
Yeah, he played it down, and I think he should have played it up.
The final loser for me, quick one, overall game. We won. Yes, 3 points are what matter. My word, it was a tough watch. 2 shots on target, including the pen. Yeah. Brentford had more possession. They had more shots. They had more shots on target, more corners, more passes. It means absolutely nothing in the result column. The football itself wasn't good. Anyway, job done. On to Pafos.
The ultimate thing about this game is my point is kind of on my last loser was that I'm not really sure this game teaches us anything about
nothing. We learned nothing
about the squad or the team or Rosenia or anything this season because there's just too many different factors to look at.
What have you got for emojis? I went sick emoji because flu is hitting hard.
I just put a thumbs up.
Job done.
From the
Shrug. It's a classic.
Yeah. Shrug. Classic.
It's
got the points.
For a reason.
Got the points, but I'm going to instantly try and forget that game.
Well, we all will within a week.
We will.
Two.
Yeah.
Lion, awful. Chris, you went Esteval. Did he play?
He was quality.
He had the flu.
Yeah, at home. He was quality.
I went Garnacho. Well, after his little escapade, I can't pick him.
You wish he had the flu.
One chance, and the wheel went Pedro Neto. So,
Jesus Christ!
No winner.
That was a bad one.
That was shocking.
Lion of the week goes to Cole Palmer because he scored. No, who would it be?
Definitely not.
Sanchez.
Give it up.
Sanchez. Sanchez.
Sanchez, welcome back, Bob. Welcome back. So we move to match preview where there it is. Oh, don't. We. Oh. I don't know what we're doing.
Now.
Don't know what.
Who knows what we're doing?
Something's happening. That's never happened before. Cool. Sweet. On that note,
that was good.
It was brilliant. We are taking on Pafos in the Champions League. Here's the scoop of, oh dear. And our opponents they're 26th in the Champions League with 1 win, 3 draws, 2 defeats. Recent form is 3 wins, 2 defeats. Player spotlight, you've got David Luiz, but I'm going to look towards their top scorer, Anderson Silva, and even more interestingly, former Southampton winger Mislav Orsic. Is he any good? Well, he played in a World Cup semi-final for Croatia.
He's still playing.
He's still playing.
All right.
Oh, he's playing for Pafos. So,
Fucking hell.
yeah, he's still there.
I'm surprised David Luiz is still playing.
Wow. The last time Pafos beat Chelsea was never, because we never played him before. Line of the week predictions are needed. Who hasn't got flu?
I'll go Liam
yeah.
Delap. I'm going to go Liam Delap.
Oh, good shout. Good shout.
Yeah, he did all right against Barcelona, so Pafos should be all right.
Who is going to
Not
actually
sure.
play? I'd like to pick someone who plays this week.
Yeah, I'm not sure who's going to play either.
I didn't take Buenote off the wheel.
I'm going to go with Joel Hatto.
Ooh, good shout. I'm going to go Andre Santos.
Wheel's gone a Champong.
Not a bad shout from the wheel.
That's a good shout, yeah.
A Champong.
I think we'll find this Pafos game harder than we think, you know.
Who have you got? Sorry, Ollie, you had who?
Hatto.
Hatto, and Chris had
Andre Santos.
Santos. I'm going to take a risk and go Esteval. He's going to light it up at
If
home.
he plays.
If he plays.
Might be called off.
It might be. It'll be played. It'll be played. I think I've got the good old soundboard working again. Let's just check line of the week. Yeah,
there it is.
We end our match preview with our new segment, which isn't new anymore. Blue versus who? Got 3 questions. Which team this season did Pafos beat in the Champions League? Spanish. Wasn't
Real Madrid?
Barcelona. Fuck it, hell, that'd be amazing. No.
Atletico
Villarreal.
Madrid.
What did you say, Chris?
Villarreal.
Spot on. Number 2.
They've been dog shit, that's why.
That is true. One of the following has never managed Pafos FC. Who is it? Was it former Newcastle boss Alan Pardew? Was it former Real Madrid legend Michel Salgado? Is it former Man United treble winner Henning Berg? Or is it the current Dundee manager Stephen Presley?
Salgado.
Okay.
Who was the first one?
Yeah, I'd
Alan
go with that
Pardew?
as well.
I've got
I'll go
Pardew,
with Pardew.
Salgado, Berg, and Presley.
Surely Pardew has. It seems like right down his
He's managed
street.
everyone, hasn't he?
Alan
Seems
Pardew was the correct answer. He has never managed.
Because he's
Wow.
managed everywhere else except Pafos.
He managed a Greek Super League team who got fucking hell Wikipedia load at the time.
Give him the job.
Well, he managed.
That's
Aris.
it. He managed.
Aris. Yes. And finally, I love this. Put these former Blues in order when they first joined Pafos. You have David Luiz, and David Luiz.
I reckon David Luiz.
I reckon it was David Luiz first.
And David Luiz on the end.
You are spot on. And you know
What
what?
are you going to do when the game where we don't have anyone who's played between, like who's been in both teams?
Well,
He'll just do that.
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah.
What happens if it's nobody?
Christmas questions. I've got Chelsea KJK. Which rumoured centre-back candidate would make the most immediate impact? Trent or NY? Who's that?
I don't know what they mean.
I don't know who.
as a
I don't know
centre-back.
who. Yeah, I don't know who they're alluding to. Though.
Unless they've mistyped of.
I still
Yeah,
don't know
because
what's
there is an
going on
R
there.
above F. Who'd be who's centre back that we've been rumoured with? Basically, I think they're getting at who would make the most impact. Would probably be Mark.
Like Schlosserbeck.
Yeah.
Pretty good.
He would have been a good one to go for.
Or that Vuskovic. I think he's actually on loan.
Isn't
from
he Spurs?
Some-
Yeah.
Yeah, but he apparently he's. Listen, I've never seen him play all that much, but he looks good, and he seems to be top of every single data chart, which I know that our owners and our sporting directors like. So sign him up. Why not?
I don't think Marco Senesi would have been a bad signing from Bournemouth.
He'd have been all right.
Barely played that season though.
Yeah, he's been injured a lot, I know. So he fit right in with us.
Yeah, true.
I did see some people comment about the Kieran Gill article about with Rosinha. And yes, I did call him out and put any comment, Kieran, and he did reply. And he defended his actions, which he's entitled to do. However, that headline is Rosinha's first week in charge of Chelsea, and then talks about apparently stuff that he did at Strasbourg. Look, you know what you're doing.
It's misleading.
I'm not stupid. And it's titled what it's titled, and a lot of people got pissy about that article, rightly
It's
so.
amazing, isn't it? You know, like why would journalists? Why would they intentionally mislead people?
Well, that adds to another. That's the what is that now? The Telegraph and the Daily Mail, who probably won't be inviting me to any parties soon. So yeah, whatever.
That's
I don't
okay.
care. I couldn't give a shit. I will end this with Sidwell stamp collection. Please work.
I eat arse. You a fan?
Yes.
Oh, I'm partial. No. I just admitted you're a fan of the flag. Oh, sorry.
I've got a theme. But we know how we place this game anyway. Today's theme is the Manchester Derby. Every player today has been a part of an iconic Manchester Derby for one reason or another. I have first up Carlos Tevez, who in his first Manchester Derby after crossing the divide bagged 2 assists. Came up short though because Michael Owen scored the stoppage time winner in a 4-3 affair. 7 clubs. And I'm going to turn to Berth.
Yeah, I reckon I can name all 7, to be honest.
Oh, fuck off.
Yeah, I reckon I could.
I couldn't do all 7. I think I could do a lot, but not all 7.
Berth, 7 clubs, please.
I reckon it's Boca Juniors,
Yeah.
Corinthians,
2,
West Ham,
3.
Man U,
Yeah. 4,
Man City,
5,
Juventus.
6.
Then I think it's Shanghai Shenhua, something like that.
Oh, outstanding stuff. Outstanding. That is absolutely spot on. I've got Bruno Fernandes, who scored the... What the fuck? What
The show doesn't like Bruno
I
Fernandes.
didn't click anything then. Bruno Fernandes, who scored the penalty in last season's 2-1 win over City in the 88th minute, which started their comeback. 5 clubs for Bruno Fernandes.
5?
Who are you going to?
I'm going to go to you, Chris.
4?
4. Okay. Anyone beat 4?
Fuck off. I could only name 2.
Oh, I think 4.
Okay. I'm going to go. You know what, Chris? Put the bet in first. 4 clubs, please, Chris.
Man United.
Yep.
Sporting Lisbon.
I would have accepted Club de Portugal as well. Yeah.
Yeah. Sampdoria.
Yep. 3 or 4.
And Udinese.
Spot on. And he started his career at Navarra.
Never heard of him.
Isn't that a phone company?
No.
Never heard of him.
Oh,
Ah,
and finally, I'm loving. This is my favourite one. I have Mario Balotelli, my
I knew
birthday
you was going
buddy.
to say that.
My birthday buddy, the man who donned the Why Always Me undershirt during the 11-12
Love that
Manchester Derby in Man City's 6-1
He's got so
win
many teams, though, hasn't he?
at Old Trafford. 29 clubs.
Fuck off.
No, he doesn't have 29 clubs.
He's had 13 clubs so far.
13.
13 clubs. If
Ollie's turn to go first,
Ollie,
isn't it?
can you name 13
Oh,
of
fuck.
30? No, I don't think. I'll be honest, I couldn't do that.
I could probably do 8.
Wow, okay.
8. I don't think I could do more than 8.
Can anyone do more than 8 clubs?
I
10.
cautiously say 9.
I reckon 10.
Berth, you really want to go for 10?
Go on,
Yeah.
Berth.
Yeah.
Go on then.
Inter Milan,
That's 1,
City,
2,
AC Milan,
3,
Liverpool,
4,
Nice,
5,
Marseille,
6,
Brescia,
7,
Genoa.
8.
He's just joined Al Ittifaq. Are we counting that?
That is 9.
And I think he played for AC Monza, something like that.
You are spot on. That's 10. Well played.
Ball knowledge.
And if you
Well done,
wondered, that's not Al Ittifaq of Saudi Arabia. That's Al Ittifaq of UAE. It's not even a Saudi Premier League club. I'm like, what?
That's bad.
Oh, yeah. You could have had. I've got to get these. So started at Lumazan, Inter Milan, Man City, AC Milan, Liverpool, AC Milan on loan, Nice, Marseille, Brescia, Monza, Adan Demirspor, Sion, Adan Demirspor again, Genoa, and Al Ittifaq. Yeah, nicely done, Berth.
Thank you. Cheers. My
listen,
game. This is my new game.
You were solid. We're at the end of an episode.
That's the only one he's here for.
That is true. He's only here for Monday.
Can I just say, I'm here a lot of the time these days.
Not on a Thursday, mate.
No, that's true.
Sorry. Work unfortunately takes control of me most of the time. Food.
Thank you as always for tuning. Did you just say food?
That's a boo.
Oh, I thought you said food.
Sound like Homer Simpson.
Yeah. Thank you for tuning in. Before we go, don't forget, proudly partnered Head in the Game, mental health charities in football, sport, wellbeing, and community. You can find out more at headinthegame.co.uk. Treat yourself well because we'll be back Thursday to talk Chelsea and Pafos. So until next time, that'll be us signing off.
You've been listening to At The Bridge Pod, a Chelsea FC podcast. Follow us on Twitter and Instagram by searching for At The Bridge Pod. And if you're listening on Apple or Spotify, leaving us a review is always appreciated.